copyrighted educational presentation developed by American Training Videos. The unauthorized reproduction or distribution of this copyrighted video is strictly prohibited. Criminal copyright infringement, including infringement without monetary gain, is investigated by the FBI and is punishable by up to 5 years in federal prison and a fine of $250,000.
This program is titled Orientation to Workplace Safety. This video is produced to help you understand important safety measures necessary to protect yourself and others in the workplace.
This presentation includes the use of questions and answers that will highlight key learning objectives. When the presentation poses a question, determine the best answer, and following the 5-second pause, the correct answer will be given. Make answering correctly a game. Learning can be fun. Pay attention and be alert for questions. We will now proceed with the presentation.
Hello, I'm Tom Mitton. Does it seem that whenever there's an accident, we try to blame it on the conditions around us? Slippery floors, shaky banisters, or broken tools? Well, after we've had an accident, blaming poor conditions or other people isn't going to help. The best way to eliminate accidents is to avoid unsafe practices. In today's world, more than ever before, it's important to maintain a good safety attitude. After all, accidents cost us almost $90 billion a year in medical bills, lost wages, repair costs, and lost production time. But there's more. It's impossible to place a dollar figure on the personal pain and suffering brought on by accidents. The pain suffered during an accident is often only the beginning of a long ordeal. After initial treatment, a prolonged recovery period, including long hours of physical rehabilitation, is not unheard of. And after recovering from an accident, we often have to work harder to make up for production time lost while we were away. Injuries just don't keep you out of work. They often prevent you from following your normal routine off the job as well. For instance, a back injury from poor lifting habits can result in a weekend spent recovering in bed. The most obvious way to stay safe is to prevent accidents from happening in the first place. Don't rush. Follow standard safety practices and take the time to consider the possible hazards of your environment. Before beginning any task, make a safety survey of your work area and become familiar enough with your area that you can easily spot potential hazards before they become a threat. But even after your safety survey, don't get too comfortable. If you allow your mind to wander, you won't be prepared to react if something goes wrong. Learning to expect the unexpected prevents accidents. Be prepared to handle sticky situations as they arise. And know your limitations. Don't take on something you can't handle. If you need help, ask for it. If you're unsure how to perform a task, hold off until you receive the proper training. Read the instructions or ask your supervisor for help.
Question 1. What should you do before beginning any task on the job? A. Eat a good meal. B. Take a break. C. Stretch your muscles. Or D. Make a safety survey of your work area. If you answered D, make a safety survey, you are correct. Always be on the lookout for potentially dangerous situations. While you are familiarizing yourself with your work area, you may find a major safety problem.
Don't be your own worst enemy. Remember, a job that's not going to be done right the first time is a job that isn't worth doing at all. Take your time and be cautious. Remember, tools are designed to be safe for specific tasks. You can damage a tool or cause an injury by using them incorrectly. If we keep safety as our top priority and take all the precautions necessary before we begin a task, we'll have a head start on staying safe all the time. None of the tasks we perform is perfectly safe. Whether we're doing household chores or shop work, there are risks involved. However, the dangers can be greatly reduced by using personal protective equipment. In fact, we should regard personal protective equipment as essential for each job, just as we would proper tools. There's too much to lose if we don't. Our eyes bring us important information about the world around us. They often give us our first warning of approaching danger. The eyes, however, are fragile and often face hazards that come quickly. Size up your workplace and use the eye protection that's right for the job you're doing. Loud noise can reach harmful levels in many environments. We must protect our hearing on the job and at home through earplugs, canal caps, and earmuffs. Be sure to follow directions carefully on how to use them. They lose their effectiveness if worn improperly. And remember, you can easily combine different types for additional protection in areas of extreme noise. In many work areas, hazardous fumes and airborne particles can hurt our ability to function properly. Short-term exposure to airborne hazards can cause minor irritation. However, long-term contact can lead to real problems. Check to see if you need a dust mask, a cartridge respirator, or even an air supplying respirator to combat the